Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and, well, I hope all of you guys have had a really fantastic 4th of July now, so yeah, and man, was it an insane one, nevertheless, but yeah, nevertheless, it looks like, seeing how I already finished up the good number of movies throughout the month of June, we're now in the month of July now, and boy, it's going to be an insane one for me in terms of movies now, and especially with other video projects that I currently got in the works now, many of which I've already got done very recently that I'm already pushing out to officially get released now, but nevertheless, I hope all of you guys have had a really fantastic 4th of July this year, pretty much enjoying some nice meat cooked up in a really nice barbecue, and not to mention, I hope all of you guys really enjoyed seeing the fireworks right around last night. Those are always a blast to actually see for sure, and yeah, let's not forget to mention keeping yourselves really nice and cool, and even dipping into the lake, or of course the beach, or of course your pool on a hot summer's day. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say on that front. So I hope all of you guys enjoyed the 4th of July this year for sure. And of course, to top it all off, I hope all of you guys really enjoyed the pretty much the premiere of Season 2 of Thomas Narration Redubs a la mode on my other channel now. So yeah, been in the works on that ever since I got done with, of course, the first season last year, and, well, I put a lot of heart and soul into getting it going, and definitely much better than, of course, the previous season. So yeah, I hope all of you guys enjoyed that, and I guess as expected, I'm of course running that season pretty much all the way until mid-December this year. So yeah, I hope all of you guys will be in for a real treat, of course, this one right about now. So yeah, I do hope it'll actually be well worth it in the end right about now. So yeah, I guess that's what I can say on that. On to today's movie I'm going to be talking about. So yeah, I guess for today's movie that I'm going to be talking about here today, I think it's actually quite fitting that as my special 4th of July treat to myself, and especially since after I showed off my Seiya Kanye cosplay, to which, by the way, I do already have plans for a CGS, aka a Cosplayer's Guide to Success episode already worked out, so that should be up very, very soon right about now. So yeah, I guess since after the hag, I headed back over to my local movie theater, Crown City Cinemas, just as my little treat to, of course, for this 4th of July, and boy, I've been anticipating this movie ever since pretty much this month started to roll around, but hey, I'm glad I found the right time to actually go and see this movie for sure. So yeah, I guess it's what I can see on that front. But yeah, I guess nevertheless, I think it's pretty much one that I know it has been anticipating its release for a long time now, practically for a couple of years now, and, well, it finally saw the light of day, and it's here right now, and, well, I might as well talk about it here today. So yeah, and I guess a lot of you guys are wondering what am I going to be talking about today. Well, believe it or not, we're going to be talking about the latest movie that officially came out, which is none other than the long-awaited Minions sequel that finally got released after multiple delays for sure, which is none other than Minions: The Rise of Gru. So yeah, I guess it is, of course, what I'm going to be talking about here today, and it's pretty much the latest movie by Illumination. The hag finally came out after a couple of years, but it is, of course, the long-awaited sequel to the first Minions movie from 2015, which is also a spin-off to the Despicable Me movies that came before. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. Alright, so now I guess before I can go ahead and talk about this latest movie, I bet if you guys are wondering, have I actually seen any of the Despicable Me movies past or present? And if so, what did I think of all of them for sure? Well, I guess I know for sure, practically during my early days, pretty much around the time Illumination started out, I never actually saw Despicable Me for sure, but I did actually hear really good things about it for sure, and I think I did recall actually probably seeing that movie around the time after it came out on DVD when I was in summer camp, and I think one of my campmates, or of course someone I was with, actually showed me Despicable Me for sure, and I guess to me, yeah, I think it has been a long time since it actually came out, so I almost didn't have any fond memories of it, but that isn't until very recently, in light of this movie coming out for sure, that I've decided to take a look at it for what it is, and to me, I actually think it's a really good movie. Yeah, I think for this being a really good start to Illumination's string of animated films for sure, which range from good at best to mediocre, and some of which are, well, crap, to be honest. I have to say the first Despicable Me movie is actually a really good movie for sure. Yeah, I think it's not pitch perfect in my opinion, but I do think it's actually a pretty good start to what Illumination will have in store for sure. And of course, the second film that came out afterwards, Despicable Me 2, I actually thought was equally as good as well. Yeah, is it pretty much something that I would actually get myself hooked onto as much as the first film? No, but I do think there are some really good heartwarming moments that I can watch and admire for sure, so yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that, and of course the third film, Despicable Me 3, to be honest, I thought was okay. I mean, it's not good, not bad, but I just think it's a decent flick in my opinion, but could have been much better than what I've actually would have gotten for sure, so yeah, and of course, seeing of how this is basically a Minions movie, I think it's quite fitting that I should talk about the 2015 well, Minions movie that came before, which is also Despicable Me's own spin-off movie for sure, and to me, I think it's just kind of meh at best. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, there could have been some parts in it that that would have worked entirely to make it a good movie, but from my understanding right about now, it's kind of meh at best. It could have been much better than what I was hoping for, to be honest, but it's passable for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much my history on, of course, Despicable Me as a movie series entirely. Is it one of my all-time favorites? No, but I still do admire it for what it's actually done. I mean, I've seen other animated films that are definitely much better than Despicable Me for sure, but that's just my opinion, hands down. So nothing wrong with that, to be honest. So yeah. And of course, seeing how the newest one is, of course, been in the works for a long time now, and not to mention, has been delayed constantly because of COVID. I think maybe this might actually pique my interest for sure, and it would be actually something that I would actually go and see for myself. And well, after multiple delays about now, again because of the pandemic, the movie finally came out after a long time for sure, and I think it is basically one of the last films that has been delayed because of COVID for sure, and if that being the case, then, well, I'm glad to see we're all caught up. Now we can get regular movie releases as normal once again for sure, so yeah, good to hear on that about how, so yeah, I guess right about now, seeing how it finally came out after some time, I guess I might as well, I actually took the opportunity this as a little 4th of July treat to myself to actually go and see this film for myself, and well, I just literally got back from seeing it not too long ago, and I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, what do I think of this movie overall? Well, That's actually hard to say at this point, but I know I'm gonna sound crazy for saying this right about now, but to me personally, I enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm completely serious. I think this movie is good. Oh, wait, hold up. Don't press the X button or the back button or whatever button you're doing to, of course, get out of this video right about now, but I'll go ahead and explain everything right about how, just to make it abundantly clearer for sure, so, but still, regardless of course, all that, yeah, again, I will have to say, I actually do like this movie for what it is. Is it Die Hard fantastic, or even a really great film by all means? No, but compared to, of course, the first Minions movie that came before, I definitely say this is actually a massive improvement compared to the first film, hands down. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that. Alright, so yeah, now that I've actually got that out of the way, I guess I might as well answer the question on why I think I actually like this movie. Well, I guess if anything, let me explain right about now by, well, going into notes at the top of my head for sure, so yeah, I guess for starters, I think we might as well talk about the story for, of course, this movie, and to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think this movie actually has a really well crafted story, to be honest. In fact, I guess if anything, I know I'll go into it later on for sure. But yeah, most of the movie for sure does. Yeah, for this to be called Minions: The Rise of Gru for sure. To be honest, I think I never actually got that much of a Minions movie for sure, except I'm getting more of a Despicable Me -0.5.5. So yeah, that's pretty much what I thought for sure about this movie for sure. It's basically kind of like Despicable Me -0.5.5 for sure. So, but hey, nevertheless, right about now, regardless of course all that, I say he actually did a fine job in a good number of parts where, of course, they structured out a pretty much a decent and well-crafted story for sure. So yeah, not really fantastic by all means, but it's not by all means bad for sure. But I have to say they did a fine job of course, crafting a decent story all together, and yeah, it's not necessarily one that I could get myself hooked on for sure, but I did think they did a fine job on what they've come up with regardless on that front. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front, and of course for the film's writing, I have to say, again, kind of the same thing on how I felt about the story for, of course, this movie, but to its credit, it did actually provide some really good bits and pieces that were written out quite well, and even some bits of dialogue that are almost a little spot on for sure. So, but yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that, and let's not forget to mention the comedy, I have to say. Again, I will have to say, I think they did a fine job on that. Yeah, pretty much every once in a while, I did get myself a really good chuckle, of course, what I've actually seen throughout the course of the film's humor for sure, but not a full-on laugh entirely, but I think they did a fine job regardless, and again, could have been much better than what I was hoping for regardless on, of course, that front right about now. But I still think they did a fine job regardless on that. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much what I can say for, of course, the first three aspects that I can think of for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, so now that I've actually got those out of the way, might as well go ahead and talk about the next couple things that I should mention, of course, for, of course, this movie for sure, which are, of course, the characters. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually did find myself growing a massive bond for, of course, the characters for sure. I actually do think each and every one of them are, of course, pretty likable in my opinion. Not necessarily interesting by all means, but I still think they're likable regardless on, of course, that front right about now. And I will admit, many of which I've actually giving out some pretty decent development, I have to say. So yeah, not necessarily one that I could get myself hooked on for sure, but I do think the characters are, of course, really well done in my opinion, and I say they really stood out just fine for sure. So yeah, and of course, another thing I should mention is, of course, well, the actors playing all these characters for sure, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, they actually did pull off some really good performances for sure. Like, each and every one of them that you've actually seen on screen for sure, you actually do get investing on, of course, what's going on, yeah, with what's going on through their performances for sure. And yeah, maybe I wish maybe a couple of them probably were maybe one or two off from what they're trying to do, but I still think they did a fine job, and of course what they've done for sure, and yeah, in the end, I think they did pull off some pretty good performances on that. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front right about now. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, so now that I've actually got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about right about now? Well, I have to say, pretty much quite a whole lot for starters, seeing of how this is a movie by Illumination. I should, of course, talk about the animation for sure, and I'm not gonna lie, I say the animation is, of course, really well done, in my opinion. Everything from, of course, the way the characters actually look to the beautiful scenery and landscaping for sure, and even the environments right about now, they actually do look really, really good for sure. And again, it still retains, of course, pretty much the really nice animation style that is, of course, given in the previous Despicable Me movies that we got before for sure. So yeah, I really do admire the animation, of course, this one for sure, and plus I also do admire the really incredible sound mixing that they put into it for, of course, this one, as many of which were, of course, songs that were, of course, released during the pretty much during the 70s for sure, many of which are, of course, big hits and, of course, classics, hands down for sure. So yeah, I really do admire the animation, yeah, the sound mixing, of course, this one, and yeah. And that's another thing too, I really do love the way on, pretty much on how they structure out the look and the feel of course, the 70s for sure, and by that I mean the 1970s for sure. So yeah, and I do know there are a good number of people that have grown up around the 70s for sure, so I'm sure they would probably know way more than I do right about now. So yeah, I guess if anything, I really do admire pretty much on how well the movie looks in representing the 70s hands down, on top of course, the incredible sound mixing for sure. So yeah, but I'm getting way ahead of myself. Let's go ahead and move on right about now. So yeah, and of course, I really do admire the really nice direction by the film's director for sure. Not necessarily the best I've actually seen in an animated film by far, but I still think the film's director actually did a fine job in doing what he needs to do for sure. So yeah, and of course to top off the animation, I really do admire the really nice use of camera work through some incredible cinematography for sure. Almost like you're right there in the action for sure. And that's another thing too. I really do admire on how well they put out the film's action for sure. Yeah, I think I will have to say a good number of chase scenes and fight scenes they incorporate into it. I say they're brilliantly well done, in my opinion, for sure. So yeah, and of course I really love on how well cut up the film is through some pretty good editing, I have to say. Not necessarily the best I've actually seen, but I still think it is good nevertheless. So yeah, and of course the most important thing that I have to say is that for while it actually carries out more of a Despicable Me movie for sure, and less of a Minions movie for sure, regardless on that, I really do love the way on how well the two styles clash with each other, mixing that in together with, of course, a really nice combination that I really do admire all the way for sure. Again, not really the best I've actually seen, but could have been a whole lot better than what I was hoping for, but I think they did fine on that regardless. So yeah, I guess with all that said and done, that pretty much should explain why. Alright. Alright, so, yeah, I guess with everything I have to say, that pretty much shows on how much I actually really like this movie, hands down. However, I think to go alongside with what I've said about the story and the writing, of course, this one, seeing how I do know this does feel like pretty much less of Minions Rise of Gru and more of a Despicable Me negative 0.5 and a half. That's another problem I should mention, aside from the one I just stated right now. I do felt that pretty much a good number of parts I've actually seen on screen. I did kind of felt like I was watching a completely different movie all the way, and I was actually getting less and less on, of course, what I'm promised for sure, which almost did kind of feel a bit of a letdown for sure, so. But needless to say, when it does kick itself up and tries to be a, excuse me, it actually tries to be an actual Minions movie for sure, I say it did a fine job in doing exactly that for sure. I mean, sure, don't get me wrong, the Minions were the main focus, and of course, the previous film, hands down, and yeah, given to the reactions that film got, it's very, which is very mixed, yeah, very mixed at best for sure. Yeah, I think I knew right away that there are a good number of parts where it does kick itself up and actually try its best to be good. And I knew for this movie when the Minions actually do want to be the main, pretty much being the main spotlight for, of course, this one, I say they did a fine job in doing exactly that for sure. Not necessarily great or fantastic by all means, but I still think they did a fine job regardless, and I really do admire it all the way, and I can definitely say for the rest of the stuff I have to say about this movie for sure, so yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. Alright, so I guess overall, Minions Rise of Gru, I'm not gonna lie, I don't necessarily think it's one of the best movies I have to say, but I do think it's actually a really good one that I've actually grown to watch and admire for sure, and needless to say, in comparison to, of course, the first Minions movie, this is actually a bit of an improvement, hands down. Yeah, but again, I don't think this one is absolutely fantastic by all means, nor even a great movie that I have to say, as, yeah, on top of course, pretty much being a bit of an improvement for, of course, from the first film, maybe I wish there could have been a whole lot more to it to actually make it a fantastic movie all the way, which, yeah, I guess it's what we could have gotten hands down, but again, I'm sure the people making this movie did everything they could to actually make this all the more fantastic, regardless of course, that front, so yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that, so yeah, needless to say, I actually really do like Minions The Rise of Gru for sure, not necessarily one of my favorites, hands down, but I still think it's definitely worth a watch for sure, and hell, if you actually got any little kids, I bet they would like it more than I do for sure, so yeah, I guess if anything, it's what I can say on that, but But hey, I'm glad I got to see it, and I am glad it finally got the release it deserved, hands down, for sure. Yeah, I mean, sure, don't get me wrong, there are other animated films that are definitely much better than this, but for what it is, I still think it's still good enough for me regardless on that front, so yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that, so yeah, for my final score right about now, I'll be nice on, of course, this one, and I'll give this movie a 7 out of 10 as my final score. Again, I don't necessarily think it's actually a great movie by all means, but I do think it's actually a pretty good one that is actually worth your time checking out for sure. So yeah, and of course, it is of course a good start to, of course, what movies I'm going to be seeing throughout the month of July for sure. So yeah. But yeah, I guess if anything, if you want to experience it for yourself, then by all means, go ahead and do so. Grab your own set of minions together and pretty much, well, head on over to your movie theater and, of course, see this movie for yourself. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. Alright, so I guess on that thought, that'll pretty much do exactly that. Thank you guys so much for watching this this latest thoughts video, and by all means, let me know in the comment section below on if you have seen Minions: The Rise of Gru and what you thought about it, as well as, of course, leaving me constructive criticism and or advice on how I can improve my videos in the near future. And of course, feel free to send me an email if you want to ask me any questions, or if you just want to book me for a con or event that'll be coming up sometime in the near future. Follow me on my social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and plenty other social media sites that I have provided. All the links to them are down in the description box below. And of course, support me on Patreon if you want to see sneak peeks to videos that I got coming up in the near future, as well as some other awesome rewards that will help fit into your budget. And if you enjoyed today's video, then give it a massive thumbs up, as it really does help this channel out. And speaking of on my channel, feel free to subscribe and turn on the notification bell and select all notifications, so that way you'll be notified once I upload a brand new video. So yeah, that'll pretty much do exactly that. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video right about now, and boy, I will say this right about now, I've got a good batch of movies that I'm really excited to see this month, alongside plenty of videos that I've already got in the works right about now. So yeah, I guess if anything, I guess it's what I can say on, of course, on that front, and of course, definitely tune in, of course, my next thoughts video, hopefully some point around pretty soon, because I'm already setting my eyes to, of course, catch the newest movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that I'm super hyped for right now. So yeah, but I'll definitely let you guys know, of course, what I thought of that once I get back from, of course, seeing it. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.